Alright, we are at one of my favorite places, the local junkyard, and I believe we have found the vehicle we're looking for. 2002 Tahoe, and the reason we're looking for this one is because it should have the 411 with the capability of flex fuel, and it's drive-by cable, which is what I already have. So I'm going to get this pulled out of here real quick and show you how I connect to them while I'm in the junkyard. That way we can verify it's what we need. Alrighty, so we got the ECU out of the Tahoe. Something interesting I noticed after I got it pulled out is that is not a factory GM tag. And actually you can see where it says remanufactured. So it's been replaced at one time, and this is part of the reason why I like to check them while I'm here. And the way I do that is I made this little harness to be able to connect to it, a little bench harness, just like there's millions of videos on YouTube of how to do that. So it's pretty simple. HP Tuners is already pulled up and hooked up to it, but the way that I power them is just with a Milwaukee battery. Make sure that you got one that's fully charged, and you just connect to it like so, sending power to the computer, or ECU I mean. And we're going to go up here. Ooh, if I can click on it, collect read vehicle. And there we go. It is reading. So I will come back once that is fully read. Okay, it is finished reading, so let me go ahead and save this real quick. Alright, and what we're looking for is under the fuel tab. Let's see. And there we go. That is what we're looking for right there. It does have the capability on this operating system to support flex fuel. Let's just double check that real quick. Oh, not what we want. Neither is that. If I can remember what to click on. And yeah, from my understanding, that operating system is the only one that supports flex fuel, but that option of flex fuel only came on 2002 Tahoes. So now that we've connected, we've verified that it has what we want. We could just buy the ECU, take it home, do what we want. But I'm going to show you another way that I actually save the file out of the ECU without using HP Tuners. That way I can flash it to another 411 I have at the house for free. So let me get that connected real quick. Alright, so now we're connected with the OBDX Pro. Same computer, or ECU, I'm sorry. And what we have pulled up now is PCM Hammer. And we're going to connect back to it with our good old trusty Milwaukee. And I need to, if I can find my mouse, select device. Should work on auto detect. Not yet permitted. Thankfully, yeah, device found. Okay. And what we're going to do is read properties. There we go. And if you look, say 411 has the same operating system that HP Tuner showed us. And that's what we wanted to just verify. Go over to tools. I'm going to read the entire one, and once we save it, and all that does is show you that you want to make sure you have power on it, which we already have. And it is going to read it just like HP Tuners did. But what we're going to be able to do this is it's going to save it as a bin file. And using PCM Hammer, you're able to completely rewrite a ECU. So the 411 I have at home, that is a different operating system. I'm able to completely overwrite with this one that I'm currently hooked up to at the junkyard. That way I can have the flex fuel without actually having to buy that ECU. I'll still have to license it in HP Tuners because it's going to have a different operating system and a different ID compared to the one that I currently already have unlocked. But by doing it this way, I'm able to get the info from it without actually having to purchase this ECU. Alright, and we're done out here in the junkyard. As you can see, everything was read properly, no issues. Saved it. I accidentally saved the file as a 2001. It's actually a 2002. No big deal. We can fix that later. So I'm going to unhook everything, leave the ECU here, and go back to the house. Okay, we're back at the house. I have a ECU that I already had. As you can see, it's just another 411. Got HP Tuners hooked up at the moment. I'm just going to read it first. That way y'all can see that it is not a Tahoe like what we just scanned out of the junkyard. And there you go. 2002 Yukon 6.0, operating system 156. I'll show you here shortly. That's a different operating system than the one that came out of the junkyard, so we'll be able to do a complete flash on this to be able to turn it into what we're looking for. PCM Hammer opened up now, connected to our OBDX Pro. We're just going to go ahead and connect real fast. We are good to go. What we want to do is we want to do a right full flash. This is just basically telling you you can brick your ECU and just junk it really, but that never happens. So that is the bin file that we scanned from the ECU in the junkyard. And I'll go ahead and open it. Again, just telling you, make sure your ECU's been powered for 10 seconds. It already has. And it is now completely rewriting it. And if you look right there, it shows you where it is changing the operating systems. So this takes a little bit of time. Cut you back on when it is finished. There we have it. Everything went correct. Flash was successful. You can see it took about 3.5 minutes, which isn't terrible. But what we're going to do now, get back on HP Tuners, connect to that, and I'll show you that it completely changed it to the Tahoe with the flex fuel that we needed. HP Tuners hooked back up, got it opened back up. Go up here to read. And I'll show you what we got. 2002 Tahoe with the correct operating system and the same exact ECU that was originally the 2002 Suburban or Yukon. So there you have it. Completely reflashed. You may be asking why I do it like this. The junkyard that I was at earlier, if I bought that ECU out of the Tahoe, it would have cost me, I think, about $47 after taxes and core charge and blah, 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 all that good stuff. To me, that's a lot of money for a ECU that's just going to get left in a vehicle and crushed. There's another junkyard about 35 minutes from me on the other side of town that sells them for $16.25. So anytime I'm over there, I buy 411s, all that I can, every single one that's in the yard. No telling what you're going to get them out of, obviously. So if it's not, you can say you get one out of S10, but you want one that has an operating system that is different. What I do is what I just showed you. I go out to the junkyard that's 5 minutes from my house, and I'll just connect to them randomly to see that they have what I'm looking for. And if they do, I'll just create a bin file using that, come back, flash it, and then do what I like on HB tuners. So I'm not getting away by having or getting away without licensing this ECU. All I'm doing is putting in the operating system that I wish to have. So getting it for free in a roundabout way. You still have to have a ECU, which this is one of the ones that I paid $16 for, versus 40. But that's how I do it. Works good for me. Obviously, you run the risk of breaking them, but to be completely honest with you, I've done this a handful of times and I've never had that happen. So, and I mean, you don't have to use HB tuners to tune on or make adjustments, I should say. There's also universal patcher. If you don't know about that, the Low Buck LS guy has quite a few videos on how to use that. You can change VATs or take VATs off, I should say. That way you can just plug it right into your car that's been swapped and be good to go. But yeah, like I said, this is just mainly to show how you can change the operating system in one of them to what you like for free. So there you have it.